pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
November 12th, 2020. Roll call. Roll call. Alderman Ron Barnett. Alderman Zendu.
Yep.
Alderman Hager.
Here.
Carl Jackson. Approved. Okay, consent approval of the agenda.
Make a motion.
A second.
Motion made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Consented agenda. Need motion.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Public forum. I don't guess we got anybody on that, but I do want to do one thing at this point. Last month at this time, we were getting a police car together and I recognized everybody who worked on the thing. And I forgot our cameraman, who was doing almost all of it. Jody Odom. It was his knowledge and everything between him and them that we couldn't have done it without him. And I didn't recognize him. Jody, I wish you accept my apology. And you come out here in front of the camera, you're behind me. But I didn't do it intentionally. I hope you believe that. But you were standing right there. Why I didn't, I don't know.
Thank you, Jody. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Oh, that's the consent agenda.
What's that?
Okay. Well, there was another guy gonna be here out there in the news tonight, but he hasn't made it yet. Okay, nothing on, no more, but unfinished business. Flow meter bid. They're the same, I mean, the one they got was ridiculous, right?
Yeah, no, we had, because last time we just had the one, this wrestler for 1,890, and then so they went and got some more, so we could have more that. And the first one's USA Blue Book, it's like 2,700, and that's not installing it. And then Equipment Pro was 2,800 without installing, so this 1,800 sounds pretty good, in my opinion.
Which one's that?
The flow meter.
Yeah.
Flow meter?
Yeah. They're 1,800 and that's installing everything, all the other was big and then wasn't even putting it in. And it went out again since then, but they restarted it again, so it's gonna have to happen. And I guess we're gonna need a bid that we accept this. And when we get to it, we'll get around to getting it put in. It's gonna have to happen because we're gonna be in trouble. Anybody make a motion to accept the bid from Roosters, I guess?
Is that, I'll make a motion to accept that bid.
$1,890. Motion made and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we got a few ordinances here. I'm planning on making most of the ordinance lay over for a week after reading. But this number 93 we've been in violation ever since they got rid of Mark Beckett. And everybody since then, we've been in violation of the state statute and everything else. So we're going to rectify that tonight, and I'm not going to lay it over a month before we finish. We're going to do it. Because we've been, several years now, we've been all the administrations. Not me. I didn't fire. But, so if anybody make a motion, we'll put a reading heading on their bill number 973.
I make a motion, first reading of bill number 973, heading only.
I'll second.
Motion made and second.
All right, roll call vote for first reading by heading only, Bill 973. Alderman Ron Barnett. 7/12, establishing a police department and designating when this ordinance shall take effect.
Roll call.
I need a motion for a second.
Oh,
Make a
oh,
motion.
that we didn't have roll call, I'm sorry.
Make a motion.
Make a motion for second reading, Ron?
Yes.
Second.
Second.
All right, roll call for a second reading of Bill 973. Alderman Ron Barnett.
Yeah.
Alderman Zenduno.
Right.
Alderman Ed Hager.
Yes.
Second reading of Bill 973. An ordinance repealing ordinance 923. An ordinance amending section 2 of ordinance 712, establishing a police department and designating when this ordinance shall take effect.
Motion to adopt.
Make a motion to adopt bill number 973.
Mr. Meeting, second.
All right. Roll call for adoption of Bill 973. Alderman Ed Hager.
Yes.
Alderman Zenduno.
Yes.
Alderman Ron Barnett.
Yes.
Bill is now law.
I have a question about this. It says it's passed and approved this 12th day of November, which would be today. But the police department's been in effect before that, issuing citations and stuff. So what, I mean, how can you do that?
It's still a police department,
Right.
they recognize public place, everything it has. We're not violating law what we've done, but we violated law by when they got rid of the person. And you don't do it that way.
Correct, but what we just repealed was an ordinance that made the police chief a 2-year term, which you cannot do by state statute. State statute says once you're a police chief, you're a police chief until you either resign or commit fraud or felony or something. So we shouldn't have legally done that in the first place, we're just fixing it, so we're pulling it out of this.
It's basically for a 2-year term.
No,
It's
a
per.
chief of police is a chief of police until we quit or we fire him or, you know, for just cause reason.
All right.
You can't just do away with the police department, that ain't the way it's supposed to be done. This ordinance here says it's for a 2-year term, I said they're not, you don't appoint for a 2-year term, you appoint it till your birthday in younger. That's the state statute, and it's been upgraded, I think, in recent years.
Yeah, because like whenever new mayors were coming in, they were firing police chiefs, and so they're like, we're not gonna let this go, so they, rectifying it on state level.
Everybody got their own agenda? Okay, bill number, needs a motion for reading of, this VP here has got to do with the election, it has to happen anyhow. So we'll go ahead and do them tonight too. The motion for,
I make a motion to read bill number 974, heading only.
motion made and second.
All right, roll call for first reading by heading only of Bill 974. Alderman Zenduno.
Here.
Alderman Ed Hager.
Yes.
Alderman Ron Barnett.
Yes.
All right, first reading of Bill 974. An ordinance setting an election on April 6, 2021 for qualifying voters of the city of St. Mary, Missouri to decide whether to forego annual municipal elections for 6 years if the number of candidates filing equal the number of seats up for election in accordance with section 115.124 Missouri State Revised Statutes.
Motion for second reading.
Make a motion for second reading.
I second.
All right, roll call for a second reading of Bill 974. Alderman Ron Barnett.
Aye.
Alderman Ed Hager.
Yes.
Alderman Zenduno.
Yes.
Second reading of Bill 974. An ordinance setting an election on April 6, 2021 for the qualified votes of the city of St. Mary, Missouri to decide whether to forego annual municipal elections for 6 years if the number of candidates filing equal the number of seats up for election in accordance with section 115.124 revised Missouri State statutes.
Motion to adopt.
Question. When was this generated?
We did it 6 years ago. They passed on a state level where we can have an election and pass something like this to where if there's no offices like, challenged, if like just one person signs up for each office, then we don't have to have an election because there's no point, and we don't have to pay for the election either, so it saves us money when there's no.
So it only applies to a situation where there's only one person?
Correct.
Yes.
Correct, and we don't have to have an election, say like $600.
Okay. So as soon as, like, if you, let's say how many spots are potential? 4 or 5 or?
Everybody's up except for Ned and Carl at the next election.
So, if things were quiet and there's only one position per, one person per position, but at the last minute there were 2 for a position, then this would get.
You got a date, a following date.
Right, it's like,
And that makes it official.
There's no last minute.
yeah, it's December 15th through January 21st or something, that they have to file. The only people that are gonna get left out is write-in votes, and so that's.
And even writing now, they have to be, you just can't do it. It's a
Right.
procedure you have to go through, declare yourself and all that.
So you'd have to file just like we did to begin with.
Correct.
All right, thank you.
I make a motion to adopt bill number 924.
Second.
All
All right, roll call for adoption of Bill 974. Alderman Zendu,
Yes.
Alderman Hacker,
Yes.
Alderman Barnett.
Yes.
Need a motion for bill number 975.
I make a motion for reading of bill number 975, heading only.
Second.
All right, roll call for first
Motion
reading.
there. No, baby.
Roll call for heading only, first reading. Alderman Zendu,
Yes.
Alderman Barnett,
Yes.
Alderman Hacker.
Yes.
First reading of Bill 975 by heading only. An ordinance calling for a general election in the city of St. Mary, Missouri, setting the date of election, officials to be elected, and the location of the election.
Motion for second reading.
Make a motion for a second reading.
Second.
Roll call.
All right. Roll call for second reading of Bill 975. Alderman Barnett,
Aye.
Alderman Zendu,
Aye.
Alderman Hacker. All right, second reading of Bill 975, an ordinance calling for a general election in the city of St. Paul, Missouri, setting the date of election, officials to be elected, and the location of the election.
What was that, second?
Now, second reading, I need approval.
Motion to adopt.
I make a motion to adopt bill number 975.
Second.
All right, roll call for adoption of Bill 975. Alderman Hacker,
Yes.
Alderman Zendu,
Yes.
Alderman Barnett. Bill 975 has passed.
Okay. I guess that's everything. We don't have a public forum down here, no.
Just department reports.
Okay.
I'm
You
just,
got nobody in the department in there?
well, I mean, I'm emergency management, I got nothing except, I'm just still waiting for Bowman to get caught up so they can work on Third Street, that's all I got.
And I still want to get a hold of jokers and things and see if I can iron things out with them. Police department. You hear it already,
Court's going good, at this time, everything's being filed. To date, we got, so far, 93 stops and 43 of them been cited at that point. We had 1 firearm incident theft, 2 animal calls, 1 was 2 horses and 1 was a dog. I don't know if you're aware, I'll just make you aware of Dr. Dudoff. Extra patrol, Ronnie, and Dr. Dudoff, at your garage that night. Other than that, just 46 other calls for service and services, so, and 3 more arrests, but they wouldn't accept them due to COVID. Yeah, so. That's pretty much all I got.
Fire department?
Now we had 3 call-outs this month. One was a vehicle fire, brush fire, and medical assist. The other thing is we had to repair a tire on the fire truck, our yellow one, 41, because we had a blowout. So it's fixed and back up and going again. That's all I have to report.
The stair tower? Is that a stair tower that flew out on that?
No, it was rear or inside wheel.
Local water. held on to it.
Ed?
That's it.
Street department?
I'm just getting ready for getting the file stuff ready. I got all the signs changed out and put back in where they're supposed to be, and that's about it.
Everything's ready for snow?
We already got the spreader and everything on the trucks.
Spreaders on the trucks, they're on the truck. I'm just waiting to put the cinders and salt in there, but other than that, then I gotta hook up to the plow, but that's last minute deal.
I'd like to report on, we're gonna go get these 2 pieces of equipment, but I don't know yet. It's a done deal.
It's good to go. I signed.
All we gotta do is go to Lee Summit and get it. Oh, after deer season, I guess, but I'm sure I ain't going there in deer season. Even death has to be put on hold.
That's right, that's right.
Right,
I
right.
agree with you, yep. Wouldn't be here tonight if it didn't happen.
I go back a many a time over the years when I was married.
Betcha. I know
Had
that.
a meeting. Okay, Park and Cemetery. That you,
Yeah, nothing to report.
oh, here's the citizen participation. I knew it was in there somewhere.
You make it mad, I got a reform.
Has anybody got anything you wanna drop about, or, boy, I do, but I ain't going to, I don't care.
Well, I have a small question. Is there anyone in town that is available to do like odd jobs, lawn stuff, things like that?
The only one I know is Sharon. Now, I'm sure there's other people, but I don't know. I think Frankie got a young boy that does stuff off and on. I know he does some hard jobs, and there may be more, I don't know.
Well, the reason I bring that up is I was thinking like I'd be willing to pay, someone part-time to do different things around town, even like around the elevator. Cause the weeds are not bad, but it's right through town and it can be cleaned up a little bit.
Well, you don't have to do that on your own, you do, because the city can't.
No, I understand that.
If we don't do it, we have the procedure we have to do.
Yeah,
And we do for one, we gotta do for all.
right,
But you can, as an individual,
right,
can hire somebody to do anything you want to.
right.
But us as a board, we should be making these people do it that ain't doing it. But it ain't that simple, we're trying. But we do have a police department down, put a little leverage on it. And I hope we get some improvement. Well, I know we haven't got improvement, I can see some of it. But, there's several people that does, but Sharon does it, his boy does it. A couple of kids out the edge of town that does work, off and on. And, it's hard to get anybody. Kids don't have no initiative to work no more. Unless you got some computer you want them to show you how to operate it.
Okay.
Is there anything else?
The MDT was installed, I forgot to add that to my report.
Do
Yeah,
what?
the computer in the car is installed, that's all up and going. The police car eventually is gonna need some tires, I do, they're at the tread wear indicator, I just want the forward.
As soon as we get a paycheck coming from the court,
I'm just letting you know, by winter time, I have chains, but it's at that point.
stay home.
Yeah.
Tell everybody like you tell everybody on the highway, stay home. Alright, we'll look into that. But I guess, we're gonna go into a closed session then. I don't have my copy of the closed session, the standard procedure.
That's why we closed.
We need to adjourn.
Yeah, but I mean, we're going in for legal and personnel, okay.
There's the agenda.
Yeah, there it is. For legal action or whatever could come up in personal, as high fire, them, but we're going in for two reasons. So we need a motion to, well, we gotta close this one.
Yeah, I got a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
All right, all in favor of adjourning meeting at 6:21?
22.
Oh, 22.
Aye.
All right.
Everybody for it?